So in this video, we're gonna be talking about Sydney, right? Neve Campbell, um, and her not being in Scream Six, and why I think in the future she could, come back, for Scream Seven. Um, do I know 100% she's gonna come back? No, I don't, because as far as I know, she's pretty upset about what Paramount did, about her money and all that. So I'm kind of thinking that I don't really think she's gonna come back now. Um, I think it's very possible that she could, like at Scream 7. So, but I'm really, really upset, as you guys know, still about the whole situation, about her not being, in Scream 6, all because the studio didn't want to pay her and all that. I'm still upset about that because, she's been in these movies since 1996 and she's worth a lot of money. I think she's worth like 10 million or something like that. So, it just boggles my mind, that that's the reason why she's not in this film. But now, will we see any mention of her or get any mention of her in this film? I think that we will, one way or another. Um, I think it was, I think it was Jenna Ortega, I believe, that was saying that we're not gonna notice her not being in the movie as much. I guess that's what we're hearing. Um, So I don't know, like it's just gonna be weird without Sydney in the movie because Sydney's obviously like she's the final girl of these Scream films, and I'm kind of upset about the whole situation, about the whole Nev situation. The whole money thing, the money dispute, the money thing. I'm just upset with Paramount. You know, do they realize? Like I know I'm kind of rehashing stuff. I know the situation's kind of old, but doesn't Paramount realize that Neve Campbell is probably, or Neve Campbell was basically in all the Scream movies, and that she's worth a lot of money? Like, do they realize that? Like, she was in all the Scream movies. Did she have to come back for any of the Scream movies? Absolutely not. But she wanted to, so she wanted to come back. So she didn't really have to come back, but she chose to. So, um, I think Scream 3 was going to be her last film. Originally, that's what I've heard. I heard that that was going to be her, like, goodbye. I thought that that would have been a good way to, say goodbye to her character after the third film. But unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but she came back, she decided to come back 10 years later. So, in Scream 4. So it was just like, yeah, it was cool to see her again. It would have been nice, for her to, that ending of Scream 3 kind of seemed like, like you're saying goodbye, to the character, with the door opening by itself and all that. Like, I think that would have been perfect for that. But at the same time, I understand, it's, Sidney Prescott, man, the character of Neve. Neve just does such a great job, with the character. And it's just so sad that we're not going to see her in Scream 6. Um, Now, a lot of people are hoping that this whole situation's fake still. And that holding that, a lot of people still have hope that she's in the film still. And that this could be like an Andrew Garfield situation. Um, and I don't think that's the case. I just think that she was upset, Paramount didn't give her money, money that she was, is worth. Um, and I don't know if you guys remember, but the same situation happened with um, Danielle Harris, I think, in the Halloween films. I think she was upset about something, and I think it was the curse of Michael Myers, I believe it was. And she got upset because they were like, basically shitting on her character and all that. So I don't know if you guys remember that at all, but they were shitting on her character, and Danielle Harris like read the script and all that, and she was just like upset about what they were doing to the character, her character, I think, and she didn't want to come back. So what if that was a situation that happened with Nev? Like, what's to say that Radio Silence wanted to kill her off or something like that, and she didn't want to come back? What if that was a part of it too? I know a lot, what if it was the money in that? Like, what if it was the money and maybe they were trying to do something stupid to her character, and she just read the script or whatever and didn't, want to come back. I think that's a possibility too. I don't know if you guys thought about that at all, but I think that's a very, very possible. Like, what if they were trying to make her either the killer in the Scream film, or they were trying to kill her off, and she didn't want to come back, and she would not come back, especially if they were going to make her the killer. There's no way in hell. Like, so I just think that's like, I have a lot of my concerns, with this whole situation, that they're going to somehow, kill Neve in some way, or kill Sidney, the Sidney character, off screen. That we're not even going to know she died. She just died off screen, and we're just going to find out, like, she died in a car accident or something like that. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that, because that's just, like, Scream 5 wasn't like a proper send-off to me, So it was kind of upsetting that, it's kind of concerning to me that Radio Silence is going to do that. Like, that they're going to say, oh, Sidney died in a car accident or something like that. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. They did the same thing with, Jamie Lee in Halloween Resurrection. As you guys know, they killed her off or whatever, threw her off the top of the building. And, yeah, it was the end of her character, but then she came back. And obviously, Halloween 4, Jamie Lee didn't want to come back at all. Because I think it was said that, I think they, like, killed her off, I think it was. Like, off screen, though. But then she came back in Resurrection, and they killed her on screen. I don't know. I don't remember 100%, but let me know in the comments. I don't know if I'm correct or not. But I do know that they did kill her off in Resurrection. So that's my only problem with the situation. If they do that to Neve or do that to Sidney, the Sidney character, that's not going to be, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, So that's just my concern, that they're going to do that they're going to kill her off screen, that we're not going to see Neve die, or Sidney die in the film. Like, she's just going to die, like, off screen somehow. Like, that's just my, feelings about it, my concerns. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about Sidney, like, the character, and how do you guys feel about her not being in this film? And do you guys still think that it's possible that she could still be in the film? Let me know in the comments.